In this lesson, we're going to talk about the applications of solving equations. Example 1. Take a look, highlight, underline, or circle any important information in this problem. To earn some money, your friend Nico offers to edit other people's YouTube videos. He charges $35 per video, and last month he made $245. How many videos did he edit? So the important information that we can highlight is the fact that he charges $35 per video. Also, we know that last month he made $245. And they want to know how many videos did he edit. So in part A, we're being asked to write an equation to represent this situation. Go ahead and try your best to come up with an equation. It's okay if you're not positive, just try your best. We're going to go over it in a moment. So what we see when we start looking at writing an equation is the fact that he charges $35 per video can be represented by 35 times V, because it's $35 every time he edits a video. And how much money did that make him? Well, last month it made him $245. And there you have our equation to represent this problem. So now, if we want to know part B, what do you think you're going to do? Try your best. So we're going to go ahead and have 35V equals 245, and that's going to be divided by 35 on both sides. And we're going to get V equals 7. But we need to know our answer in context of this problem. So think for a second, what would be a complete sentence you could use to explain what 7 means in context of this problem? What you should have found is that Nico edited 7 videos last month. Could be an answer of putting 7 in context of this problem. Because of course, we found V equals 7, V stood for videos. We know Nico is editing videos, so Nico edited 7 videos last month is our final answer. Take a look at example 2. Highlight important information and do your best to write your equation. Check your work when we go over it. So we know that our important information, the swim team is selling cookies for a fundraiser to buy new suits. Each package of cookies costs $3, and the team managed to raise $1,080. So the question they're asking is how many packages of cookies did they sell? So if we're thinking about an equation, the important information we know is it's $3 per package of cookies. So I can say it's $3 per cookie. And that is how much money that they raised, which in this case was that $1,080. And that's going to be our equation to represent this situation in example 2. Try your best to answer part B. How many packages of cookies did they sell? So solving this one, 3C equals 1,080. Divide both sides by 3, and we get C equals 360. But of course, we want to put our answer in a complete sentence in context of the problem. Try your best and check your work. Hopefully you saw that the swim team sold 360 packages of cookies could be a good answer to this problem. Keep in mind there might be some differences in how you wrote your answer, as long as you're giving me the explanation involving 360 packages of cookies and the fact that the swim team sold them. We're now going to take a look at example 3. Highlight any important information. So in example 3, we know that they're talking about the diagram. That is going to be this image here. And they say the perimeter. Now what you got to know is perimeter is the distance around a shape. So if I was to walk all the way around this shape, I would end up adding up all 4 sides. 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 equals 8. So my perimeter is the distance around, and it's found by adding all of the sides. So in our example, we know that we're going to be adding all of our sides to give us our perimeter. Our other important information in the problem is the fact that the perimeter was 40 yards. So I know that once I find the perimeter, I'm going to have that equal to 40 yards. Try your best to write an equation to represent the situation. Keep in mind the information we just went over about perimeter being the adding of all the sides and the perimeter being equal to 40 yards. So putting this together, my 4 sides, and it's okay if you listed them in a different order than I'm listing them, as long as you had all 4 sides represented, and that equals my 40 perimeter. And there's my equation for the perimeter of this trapezoid. Do your best to find the value of x and answer part B. Keep in mind that you want to try and answer in a complete sentence. So I know that I'm looking for like terms. I have x and 3x, which are going to make 4x, because this is technically a 1x out front. And I have 10 and 10, which are going to combine to make 20. And that equals 40. I continue to solve by doing inverse operations. 4x equals 20, divide by 4 on both sides, and we get x equals 5. Putting our answer in context of a real-world problem means the value of x is 5 yards. Notice that the units go with our value that we just found because that is what we're measuring our sides in. Try your best on example 4. Go ahead and write the equation and try and solve it. Use example 3 as your guide. So again, we're looking at the diagram below. We're talking about the perimeter, which is going to be the distance around, where we're going to be adding up all of the sides that I go through, and that's going to equal 24. So my equation is adding up all of my sides and knowing that it equals my perimeter. Solving, x does not have a like term, so it goes right to our answer, and 8 plus 6 is 14. And that equals our perimeter of 24. Solving using inverse equations, we're going to end up with x equals 10. But of course, we want our final answer in context, so we write the complete sentence, the value of x is 10 feet. Take a look at example 5. Make sure that you're understanding what the information you're given means and also what they're asking you to do in part A. So we have 2 different situations. The first being a contracted member where you pay a $50 membership and $2 every time you visit. In part, when I'm a guest member, I don't have to pay a membership fee, but I do have to pay $9 every time I visit. So A wants us to find the cost of a guest member. So a guest member has $0 membership fee, and I know this is going to go by itself without multiplying because it only happens one time. I'm going to use multiplication if it happens more than one time. So I've got my 0 plus my $9 per visit. So we're going to have 9V to represent $9 per visit. When it happens one time, it's by itself as a constant. When it happens more than one time, it's multiplied by a variable. And of course, I'm going to have that equal to my guest membership. And I am visiting the gym 10 times. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to plug 10 in for V. 0 plus 9 times 10 equals how much my guest membership costs. 0 just goes away. That's why some people might want to be a guest member because they don't want to pay the membership fee. 9 times 10 is 90, and that equals the cost of my guest membership if I go to the gym 10 times. Now we're going to take a look at the cost of a member who goes to the gym 10 times. So now we're looking at the contracted member. Try your best on part B. So we know the part-time member has $50 membership fee. It happens one time. You pay it up front, so it doesn't have to be multiplied by anything. But then we pay $2 per visit. That $2 happens more than once, so that's going to represent multiplication. And of course, that is what is going to be our contracted membership. I visit the gym 10 times, so I'm going to put 10 in for that V. So 50 plus 2 times 10 equals the cost of my contracted membership. Again, 50 plus 2 times 10 is 20. And my final answer for Part B is the contracted members would pay $70 in order to go to the gym 10 times. I want to be able to put units on my answers, and in this case it's money, so we're going to put little dollar signs. Do your best to try Part C. Think about, should you buy a membership if you plan to use the gym 10 times? Explain your reasoning. That means use complete sentences and the information from Part A and Part B to help you explain why you made your choice for the better plan. So hopefully we would have seen you should get a contracted membership if you visit the gym 10 times because it will be $20 cheaper. Now there's more than one way you could have answered this problem, but definitely knowing that the contracted membership was the cheaper option at $70, and think about, that's going to be a $20 savings, which is pretty nice. Take a look at example 6, read all the important information, and try your best on Part A. So the following table shows the cost of 2 different trampoline park membership charges, Jump Street and Sky Zone. So at Jump Street, you have to pay a $100 membership fee, but you only have to pay $5 per visit. At Sky Zone, you're paying $75 membership fee, but then you have to pay $7 per visit. So Part A is asking us to focus on Jump Street first. So I'm only looking at the information in the first box. I know that there's a $100 membership fee. Does that happen once or more than once? Only one time. I'm just going to go ahead and add it. $5 were charged every time I visited. Does that happen once or more than once? More than once, because it's $5 every time I visit in order to pay for Jump Street. I'm going to be visiting 5 times. So I'm going to plug in 5 for V. So I get 100 plus 5 times 5, which is going to equal the cost of Jump Street. 100 plus 25. My final answer is that Jump Street will cost me $125 to go 5 times. So then I take a look at Part B. What I'm going to see in Part B is we're talking about Sky Zone. All the information in the second box. $75 membership fee. That only happens one time. $7 per visit. And I'm going to represent that by multiplying V for my variable for visit. And that's the cost of going to Sky Zone. I'm going to go 5 times. So I'm going to replace V with 5. I get 75 plus 7 times 5. 75 plus 35 when I simplify. And that's going to be Sky Zone costs me $110 to be able to go for 5 times. So now think about it. Using the information from Part A and Part B, which trampoline park is a better choice if you plan to go 5 times? Explain your reasoning using complete sentences. So we can see that Jump Street is the better choice if you plan to go 5 times because it's $85 cheaper. That's not correct. So actually, what we should have seen is Sky Zone is the better choice. Hopefully you're paying attention there, because Sky Zone is actually going to be, if it was $125 to $110, we're talking $15 cheaper than Jump Street. So again, our final answer was that Sky Zone's the better choice because you're going to save some money by going. Great job making it to example 7. Go ahead and find your teacher to explain this problem to you.